It is Georgia. Even though they did win the SEC championship game, they finished second in the SEC regular season. They went 10-2 this year. Looks like Skylar has got a 2-game advantage now, as I did have Georgia go 12-0.
Let's go.
Skylar had 11-1. Now, I did say in this video that the reason I went 12-0 on this is Georgia's got to prove to me that they're not the best team in the nation. And they proved it to me this year. They absolutely did not look like the best team in the nation for most of the season. But I mean, still 10-2. You won the SEC championship, and you got knocked out in the first round of the college football playoffs, but you were in it.
Well, Carson Beck got hurt. Not saying that was the reason behind it, but it is what it is.
I'm glad to see. Well, actually, I'm not glad to see Carson Beck gone, because Carson Beck he was very much mid this year. He still put up good stats, and I guess when you look at it, the receivers for Georgia this year absolutely did not help him out whatsoever. The amount of drops that Georgia receivers had this year was just absolutely insane. But Carson Beck, didn't he have that stretch in the middle of the season where they played, 4 games, 5 games, and he had 11 interceptions, something like that?
He did not have a good patch there in the middle of the season. But look like an all-star against Tennessee. It's funny how that works. No, I think so. Georgia, I didn't nail this prediction. I was one off. I had them. I think I had them losing to. Alabama.
You had them losing to Ole Miss, because you had Ole Miss going undefeated.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah, that was, dude. I had that, and I still. Oh yes, sir. All right, dude. All right. No, 11-1 though is what was my prediction, and I kind of thought they would go to the SEC championship. They ended up winning it. That was a great season for them. And what I would consider as a down year for Kirby Smart. 10-2. You've raised the bar when that ends up being a down year, but I didn't think they had a chance of going undefeated this year. I think their SEC run was just it was going to run out of juice at some point. I thought they were still going to be the team they needed to be, but to go undefeated for like the 3rd year in a row in SEC play, I thought was a little bit too much of an ask, and it was. It clearly showed that wasn't going to happen, and I think that's a little bit of a mix of the SEC growing, and also you lost your typical East opponents, I would say, right? You at that point, you're just playing half the SEC, basically. So, now overall, still a good year. They made the playoff. Obviously, not what they wanted in the preseason, but no, I'm happy to beat you in this prediction. Wasn't perfect, but we beat you. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Obviously, I had undefeated on this one. Georgia's 2 losses this year. We already mentioned that. Alabama loss, and then Skylar hit the nail on the head with the Ole Miss one. As he probably the only person to pick Ole Miss over Georgia in the preseason.
No, I wasn't. I know I wasn't, but I'll take it.
Hey, I give credit where credit is due.
Give me credit for that pick, and then keep giving me credit for the Florida pick. Or keep giving me that. I'll take it.
Look, I'll take it. Okay, I'll give you credit for that. But in fairness, did anybody see Florida State being as bad as they were?
I didn't see them being as bad as they were, but that's not what I asked. I picked Florida to beat Florida State. Nobody did that. There's no shot anybody did that. So I'll take that.
I'll give you credit for it.
I did take Ole Miss to beat Georgia. And look, to take that a step further, Ole Miss beating Georgia the way they beat Georgia was kind of wild.
Yeah, they dog walked.
Yeah, Georgia. Right on. Devin Hunt, man, we appreciate you being in the Facebook, brother. How you doing, brother? No, so yeah, 12-0. You missed a little bit. I'm okay with that.